Yeah, it's game time. What I want for Christmas too. At the same time with me, it's game time. But with you, yeah, it's lame time. Hey, keep playing around, get your head. Don't wanna live right, well, alright, leave you dead wrong. Hey, well, okay. I catch the dog, he getting the beat like it's Dre, like the money in the bank. You better play where it's safe. Told him belly fill his tank, run up to the next stage. I get down, I get dirty, catch him on the club. Thinking he gon' get a pass from the slimy summer. Hungry for it, see an issue and I rub my stomach. Enough paper to make a book, I could get it published. What? You gonna believe me? Think for brown skin, real conceited. Got good go retrieve it, the short small. When that's from Cali with the cheetah print out white curve. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time.
All I ever wanted was a black grand national. Being rational, give them what they asked for. It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. See bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on there. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. We survived outside, all from the music. What? They like, what he on? It's the Alpha and Omega. Welcome home.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Come on. Track 60. 1918. Street. 19 Lions.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready. 70 Timberwolves.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. For a right side here, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big pickup of 38.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Okay,
so a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
19, go!
Up the middle they go. Boom. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warrior 70.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have us all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
Ready. Red 38.
They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Still going inside the 20. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow 22. 43 rail. Fuse yellow. Drill 52. Ready.
He'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go. Set. 33. Yellow. Ultra. Ultra. Set.
2nd and 1. On the RPO, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. This will cost him 11 yards there on the 2nd and goal sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Green. Ready?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. We'll get this up to about the 44. When you talk about this Jets defense, they've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Cut 19! Cut 19! Let's go now! Hop 70! Hop 70! Go!
They'll look to throw here. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving them a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
At the 19-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
33, yellow.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Hey, go speed. Let's go now. 12, 10, black, 95. Cut, cut.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Strike. Check. 20. Black 40.
They'll drop the throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he is going to have a Jets first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. The Jets at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gomez. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Steal. Check. Steal. Down. Ready.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 5. That one good for 33 and a first. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
Ultra. Let's go. Ready.
Right back to him on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Set.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Jets have taken the lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. His 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. And able to get this out to the 25.
And they're on the 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Okay, right?
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Black 40. Cut.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here we go, set. 50, green.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
65, go.
Now a give, right side. Booth. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Joshua Carty to kick
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Looking to put a drive together.
Down. Black, 95. Ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Set, hut. 60 red. Mega.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Got it. Ready. 10 black. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 6. Mega. 33. Yellow. Hut.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They showed up a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Set. Ready. Yes. Set.
Back to throw again. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Ready?
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Second and 10.
Here we go. Set. Black 40. 23 red. Ready.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Fight 60. Black 95. Hut.
Hands it off out of the gun. They're only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Set. Blue 32. Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 18. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Ready, ready. 60 red. 6 steel, black. Smash, red. Green jack.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one too low.
His back has been dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Set. Red, 38. Rail, yellow. Claws, red. Black ultra. Hut.
He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
At the 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready, ready. Rack roll 80. Dragon 60. 18. 5 in.
Looking to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Panther 60. Panther 60. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Traffic. 19, 18. 19, Lion. Go.
They'll throw now on the final play. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and they'll return it. And this will not be a good return. He's out of bounds at the 12.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Gomez. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red. Ready.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride, too, 3 straight first-down type plays. Yeah, but they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
Second down and 8.
Drill. Red. 38.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here we go. 50. Green. Set.
They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by their defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Blue, 32. Needle blue.
They'll look to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Jets take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
From the 31, here comes second and a yard. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
22 yards. First down, Bills.
Get it. Liking, street, street.
And now they'll shift things around. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Let's go. Practice.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Okay, ready?
They'll set up a throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Got it. Ready?
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Ready? Go street. 60 Vices, 60 Vices. Panther 6, Panther 11, Panther 11. Cup 19, Cup 19. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Cougar 19.
He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're like that they started at halftime.
Yeah, exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. 10 black. Ready?
They're going to look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Martin Emerson. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Ready? Panthers, 19, 18. 19, Lions. Warriors, step, Cowboy, 80.
They'll send a receiver in motion
19,
left.
Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Credit that sack to Travis Jones. And his kick is indeed good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. looking to put a drive together.
Ready. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Come on, set. Hut.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This ball down the field for Pitts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Here we go. Black Ultra.
They'll look to throw here. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Okay,
So
right.
back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
33, yellow, green jack.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This ball down the field for Pitts. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Dragon 60. Ready, go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And they... Jets are going to take possession here at their own 33. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Ready, break.
2nd and 10.
Strike. Check, strike. Set, hut. Hut.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
You down. Yellow, 43. Drill green.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run on first down. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Here we go. Start. Ready,
On first down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go. 50, green.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Come on, set. Set, go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready. Steel, black, 33, yellow. Hut.
He'll drop to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set. 52, blue. Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, and they'll say it's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Ready, ready, ready.
Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of
Black
coverages.
40, ready, ready.
Looking to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. 62 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This is 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On the jump.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Go. 19.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills.